I'm the executive director of Refugee. Actually, almost one organization, Christian-based organization in Korea. Compared with World Refugee, the numbers and size of the refugees in Korea is very small, but it do not mean the refugee ministry in Korea is small. So we feel that God's mind is on refugees, and also God's mind is in Korea. God wants us to rise up for the refugee ministry. So there are 55,000 asylum applicants in Korea. Korea have two refugee protection system. One is asylum application, and the other is resettlement refugee. The mainstream is asylum protection, and asylum means when who they have persecution from the origin country, seek asylum and ask protection to Korean government, and Korean government examine their case, and if Korean government agree that he have persecution problem when they are returned to their origin country, Korean government give them visa to stay in Korea. And among that 55,000, around 3.8%, 961 are recognized as refugee, and another 2,103 get humanitarian status, 8.3%. If we add together, the person who get protection from Korean government is 12.1%. If we compare it to the world protection rate, in the world, the average refugee protection rate is 30%, and protection rate is 44%. So compared with the world protection rate, Korea refugee recognition and humanitarian protection rate is very low, and we have 0.04 refugees among 1,000 Korean populations. This is the rank is 139 in the world. So we have very few refugee population in Korea. But we have very relatively well organized protection system, because in Asian country there are very few countries who have ratified the Refugee Convention. But we, Korea, ratified Refugee Convention 1951 Refugee Convention in 1992, and we have Refugee Act. We made Refugee Act in 2013. It's a very good thing in Korea for the refugee protection. And the origin countries are Pakistan, China. I put the name by the numbers who, according to the numbers of the asylum applications. So Pakistan is the biggest country, and China, Kazakhstan, Egypt, Russia, India, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Syria, Nepal, Yemen, and Malaysia. Maybe many of them know the Malaysia and maybe Kazakhstan, but some say, how come from that countries refugees are coming? So that's not purely the refugees who have persecution, but very much mixed migration, we can say. Recently, the the world migration is not only for the forced migration, but economic mixed with economic migration. So we can also see some refugee migration and economic migration mixed. And from 2015, Korea start to receive resettlement refugees from Thailand and Malaysia, and every year we receive 30 refugees. Very small number compared with world resettlement program, but anyway, it is meaningful. We started this program. Since we shared today Matthew 24 verse 14, this is the end time. This is the end time. But what is the beginning of this end time? Bible say Matthew 24 verse 8, all these disasters are the beginning of the birth pains. According to Matthew 24 verse 7, there are many disasters, and Bible say all these disasters are the beginning of, not disaster, beginning of birth pain. So Bible say a disaster is the birth pain. Birth pain is the sign of the delivery. New life is coming. So through these disasters, new life is coming. A newborn by the gospel is coming. So we have to see the disaster not as disaster, but as birth pain. For gospel to be preached to all nations. That's very, very meaningful. That's very, 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 very important. And also, at the end time, according to Isaiah 66, refugees will be the priests and Levites at the end time to proclaim the glory among all nations. Refugees will be the priests and the Levites to proclaim the gospel to all nations at the end of the world. Refugees are the very, very important missionaries at the end time. And refugees need the shelter. Refugees need the refuge. So churches should be the refuge for the refugees. So in Korea, the Refuge Pinan organization is the Refuge Pinan. Pinan in Korea means actually the refuge. The Refuge Pinan. So our organization have been the only one organization, Christian-based organization in Korea. We have to do everything: refugee protection, giving them the shelter, and giving them the livelihood and job, health, education. We have to do everything. But in this refugee ministry time, we have to deliver this role to each local churches. That's our decision, because church have to be the real place the ministry have to take place in a holistic mission way. So recently, the church and ministry assembly coalition in Korea World Mission Association, KWMA, Korea World Mission Association, moved to another place, and we took that building. It is located at Guru Digital Center, Gasan Digital Center, and this 5-story building. So we took all this center as refugee center. So that could be the refugee center from now on in Korea. and our organization Refugee Pinan will join that building, and we will do together with all Korean churches and Korean ministry bodies. And especially, I ask you to pay attention to this activity. We will do all this activity. We will run the shelter there at the fourth floor, and there will be many activities, language exchange classes, many activities. But you maybe can pay attention to this activity. Country of origin information. Country of origin information. The refugees are coming from their origin countries, and they have to present Korean governments. I cannot come back to my origin country. Why? There's persecution. There's problem. Korean government say, why? Why you cannot go back? So we have to explain because of this situation. But if they fail, even they are refugee, they will be deported. They cannot get refugee status. But if they have problem in language, and if they have problem to explain in well-organized way, they will fail. But if we, the churches, help them to explain it by researching on internet or researching through our research way, they will be protected. So we are intelligent doctors and students. So I think it's very good activity for us to support refugees. Maybe you are from some countries where refugees are also coming. So if you know the refugee origin country very well, maybe this could be your best activity to support us and to support refugees. So while you are supporting refugees, that's the place where refugee ministry are happening. Okay, thank you very much. You can contact Pinan.